Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Hey, welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Colonel Jeff Drummond, U.S. Marine.
Hey, I'm a little tired this morning. Just roll over, go back. Baloney. Get out of that rack. Get out on the street. Do some pull-ups. Do some push-ups. Get some heat going this morning. Get to work, or you're going to go NPD. That's no pay due. Get out of here now.
All right, you got your standing orders. Don't forget, of course, this program being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where that link's located. Also, if you're on your mobile device, you can get to it with your YouTube app. Put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. If you're on your mobile device just needing a crystal clear digital audio stream only, well, you can get that too. Many streaming apps will do it, such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer, just to name a few. Put WEEB in the search. Remember, iHeartRadio does not do it. They only broadcast stations that they own. But you put WEEB in a search of the other ones, and we should pop up there at the top with the results. Remember, WEEB, no other variation of that will be what you're looking for. And, let's see, many people try to imitate us, but they can't do it. And if you want to get it off of our website, it's easy all the time. 24/7, 365. Go to talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says Listen Live. Click it once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area is going to be another scorcher before any relief appears. Mostly sunny today with a high of 98.
All right.
With dew points in the low 60s, but that's the only thing that'll make it tolerable. That and a lot of shade in a cool spring.
Get a tan. Hit some golf balls.
Yeah, you will die. Unless you're just sucking in about 2 gallons of water a minute.
Walk down that crunchy fairway.
Clear tonight. It's funny how the grass looks so lush and green in this stuff. It's like, I love it. I love it. Give me more of it. Clear tonight, a little 72. Tomorrow, a front comes through that will cool us down, and it will stay cooled down for quite a while. It'll be partly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. Not a big one. Now they've upped it to 50-50 shot of it. These are the storms, and hopefully a lot of the energy has left this system that is going to sag down as the jet stream sags a little bit and unstables the atmosphere and allows some thunderstorms to brew with rising air. So, you were going to say something?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, anyway.
I'm just agreeing with your weather forecast.
Okay. I'm on the right trail then. So, that'll allow some thunderstorms to brew up. Hopefully, they won't be bad here. And it'll be nothing like it was in Oklahoma and the likes.
Oh, yeah. We don't need that.
But you never know. So, keep your ear to the radio.
I got a friend in Oklahoma, and I haven't heard from him in a week or so.
That's not good.
No.
It's not good at all.
But he did buy, when he retired, he bought a tornado-proof house.
There you go.
Concrete and reinforced and all the rest. So, he should be good to go if he stayed in the house.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Might not have power unless he's got backup power.
No, he's pretty well prepared. He sent me a picture of that house. I was like, oh, good.
I guess if you're gonna have a tornado-proof house, you might as well throw in a generator.
Probably. And a well and the rest.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of floods and stuff out there too. So,
yeah.
But I don't think he was close to. What was it? The Arkansas River? I think is really bad.
Yeah.
They were saying, but that's a little bit away from him.
The way the jet stream was situated, it allowed us to stay south of all those. It blocked all those storms from coming here. They rode the jet stream around us. And anyway, Friday night, part of the cloudy, still a chance of a thunderstorm, low of 68. Saturday, no mention of rain, mostly sunny with a high of 88. And these dew points are still supposed to stay in check. I believe there was one day it got out of whack, but that might have been a blip on the computer. But they were all in the 60s and 50s next week, except for one day. I don't know what day that might be. It might be Tuesday.
Random day next week.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you know. I'll look it back up on the computer. I run the computer models that they do on TV, the European and the American, and compare. Because I'm special. I have them. Anyway, Saturday, sunny and 88. Sunday, partly cloudy. Small chance of a thunderstorm. High of 88. Monday, 86. Tuesday, 85. Wednesday, 86. And by the end of next week, we'll be in the lower 80s. Normal high this time of year, 82. Next week, I believe it goes to 83. But anyway, right now around the Sand Hills, winds are variable at 10. Visibility is 10 statute miles. Winds are southwest at 6. Visibility, thanks, Dave. Pressure is 2991. Dew point, the most important number in the summer there is 60. So that's comfortable for around here anyway. Humidity, if you're in San Diego, it'd be like 40.
But you're not gonna work up a sweat.
That's good. I can work more. Humidity 66%. It's sunny and 72 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 7:37 past the hour. Yeah, yesterday afternoon I was working along and I was trying to convert something from Excel to PDF. And Adobe said, well, because of the form that your Excel's in, we need to update your Adobe. I said, okay, I'll update it. And it said, okay, we put the updates in, now we got to restart the computer.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, restart it. So it closes it down, and then it comes back up with a black screen with writing on it. That's never good. And saying that we couldn't find your boot. I went, what do you mean you couldn't find my boot? I got them on.
I'm wearing it, that's right.
I went full blower panic because I have to have this computer for the morning show. All my notes were in it. Everything was ready to go for this morning, and no computer.
And the computer geek calmly walked in, punched a couple of buttons, and turned around and walked out.
Well, I told him the symptoms on the phone, and it's nice to have a geek on the payroll. And he was able to come in, and I thank him for that. And he came in and with his thumb drive plugged into the USB, he had a portable boot on him, and up it came.
Yep.
He says, I want to tweak it and get some garbage out. And I said, help yourself. And this morning, everything's running fine. No problem. My geek can't solve.
Is that why you weren't cussing at it this morning? I was wondering why you weren't cussing at it.
Yeah. Well, as we said earlier this week, cussing reduces stress big time.
Well, yeah, you people all missed the early show. From 7 to 7:30, you really miss out.
You should have been here yesterday from 5:30 to 7. The dogs were scared to death. They were up there under their desk and said, please don't bring that up here. And it just has a way of getting you in the best of moods. I wanted to share it with everybody. My neighbors, downtown Southern Pines, they could all hear every word. Anyway, you've all had that experience where you want to take that computer up to the highest step that you can find and toss it down. I did that with a printer once. I had a printer that just would not straighten out. No matter what you did, it wanted to print 940 type letters.
Man.
And I grabbed that thing by its cord, and I got a lot of momentum up, and I slammed it onto a concrete floor, and it felt wonderful.
I've never had much luck with printers either. My wife, boom, boom, boom here, and I can sit there and connect to it over the Wi-Fi, and when I hit print, I can hear it print. So I don't worry about printers anymore. Because I would hardwire to a printer and it wouldn't work.
That's what Dorothy did here. She converted the Wi-Fi to all prints up there in her office, and
yes,
Stevie doesn't have to play with the buttons. So
and she doesn't have to listen.
Yeah. I just hit print, go upstairs, pull them out. It's ready to go. Or you get that magic word, oh, you're low on toner.
Yes, I know. Yeah, that's the only thing. But the nice thing is when, I'm sitting there, and if I don't hear it go off, okay, I either needs paper or it needs, new printer thingy or whatever,
Or you buy ink.
Well, whatever. And
we use a laser printer.
Yeah, and and the thing is, when I pull the drawer out and I put paper in and I put it back and hit the button, it works, which never ever happened to me before.
Why does ink come in such a small little cartridge?
I don't know. They make the printers now. I've looked at them. They make them now with these huge ink things.
Oh, do they?
You just buy ink and squeeze it in there, but I'm afraid to buy it because if I buy it, it will not work. It absolutely will not work. Now, the main computer, I don't have problems with. But the auxiliary
I thought you
stuff,
Marines made everything work.
No.
Either the nice way or the hard way.
Yeah, well, printers is my thing, and they don't like me. So.
Yeah. Well, they don't like anybody. They make all their money on the ink.
I did something to a printer somewhere, and it haunts me to this day.
Did you do bad things we can't talk about?
Yeah.
Hammer time.
Bad things I don't talk about.
Yeah, that's where, what was his name? Guy that did the song Hammer Time. Tone Look, no, it wasn't him. Anyway, that's where they got the title.
Oh.
Jeff working on a printer. Hammer Time. Bum, 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 bum. All right, 7:42. Let's get on with putting some smile on your face this morning, if that's possible. New product out there. You've heard of the Boost drinks with all your vitamin and minerals in there.
Right.
Now there's a new one called Booze.
Sugar. Yeah.
My job keeps me on the road all day long, so I don't always have time to squeeze in a balanced meal. That's why I drink these new Booze Complete Nutritional Drinks. Yeah, Booze is loaded with the essential vitamins and minerals that you need to be able to stay stuff like, hey, if you didn't want me to run into your house, you shouldn't have built it so close to the stupid road.
Hey, what are you doing in our yard? Oh my God, is that your truck?
Hey, can it, sister? I'm doing my sales pitch over here.
Stay right there. I'm calling the police.
Yeah, I drink Booze. It gives me the power to get away with almost anything. I've got the energy of like 100 sharks. Ha! Ask your local homeless beggar with a cardboard sign about the power of Booze. Complete nutritional drink.
Hey, what did you say to my wife?
Not this time, my friend, because I know you're not real.
Stay strong. Stay active. And try and stay conscious. Booze Complete Nutritional Drink.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's some people that take that drink. That's not a new one. Yeah, unfortunately, I've seen a few of them late at night around here.
And the trouble is, if somebody's been taking their booze, there's no reasoning with them. You can't talk to the alcohol. It just doesn't understand.
Yeah, I was riding one day up, and I used to get up early, go to work, and I was riding up the 4-lane, and there's this car. I see a pair of headlights come up behind me, and then all of a sudden, I blink, and he is right on my rear end, and then he falls back.
Does his license plate in the front say "Move over"?
and then the next thing I know, he's right up next to me again. Then he's over in the other lane, and then he's hitting the curb, and I'm like dialing 911 as I'm going down the road and trying to find a place to pull off. And I finally got to a turnoff, and I got in there, and this guy was still way back, and he's coming up the road, going from one curb to the other, and hitting both. Of course, the 911 operator, hey, I know exactly where I am. Gave her exact address. I said, "There's a drunk." Well, what's he doing? Well, he's, alternating speed. He's hitting the curbs, et cetera. And she's still sitting there asking me 20 questions. And I said, you know what? Just send the cop to the address I told you, because he is underneath the telephone pole. So you don't have to worry about trying to find him now.
Yeah, you just look for the busted pole and the power outage.
Oh, he did. He was still about 20, 30 yards behind me, but he had finally veered off and hit a pole. I cut it right off, and the pole's laying on top of him. And I kind of looked over, and he's just sitting there, still got his hands on the steering wheel, and I don't think he was aware of what was going on at all. I don't know what he was on.
She said, "Let me finish the job you started. Go jump on the pole and crush his head."
Well, the cop gets it fine. Cop gets here. I give him credit. They got there within minutes, and he's tapping on the window, and he's like, "Hey, put your window down." And the guy's like, "What?"
I'm driving, man. Can't you see I'm driving here? Get back in your car.
This guy was gone. He was gone. That was about 4:35 in the morning when I was used to getting up early and going to work because there was no traffic at that point. Except that guy.
Oh, it's my fun thing to do. Drive at 5:35 in the morning or 4:35 in the morning.
Yeah, that's about it.
Well, Special Counsel Robert Mueller made his first statement about the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. Here's what he had to say.
Let me say a word about the report, and that is interference in the 2016 presidential election. I'm part of the Russian military. I am unconstitutional. I am with the Trump campaign. I want to be charged now. I am guilty. The president did commit a crime, and we are co-conspirators. And as well, I'm resigning, and it's for that reason I will not be taking questions today. Thank you. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, he should crawl in a hole and pull a rock over top of him.
Really?
I mean, that was surreal listening to that.
Yeah, you got a guy who hated Trump with 13 shark lawyers who hated Trump going after him, and guess what? They came up with a nothing burger. And it's still not good enough.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's like... the
Democrats just want to continue to make Trump look bad, and will continue gnawing on this to ad nauseum. And...
Yeah, where's it? I think it's France Napoleonic law where, hey, you can get charged. You have to prove your innocence. They don't have to prove your guilt.
Yeah.
So, and this is just surreal here with some of this garbage going on.
Well, I'm kind of tired of the Democrats saying that my vote didn't count. The problem with the Democrats last time, they didn't listen to the voter. The voter wanted a guy who told it like we talk. And did it our way, in our style, who wasn't part of the establishment. Mm-hmm. And that's what we voted in, and that's what we want. And until the next vote, get over it. You lost. Mm-hmm. And he's actually getting some done. We go from a 1.5 GDP at the best under your savior Barack Obama to today where we're at 3+ GDP.
Oh, I was talking to somebody a couple of weeks ago. Oh, that's Obama's, economics doing that.
Oh,
Here we go. Okay.
We gave him $1 trillion blank check to spend as he wanted. What did he do? He gave it to his contributing buddies.
Yeah, cronies.
And failed businesses. Didn't get one single road paved out of it. That's how much he stimulated the economy. With $1 trillion, man, I could stimulate this economy for the next 50 years.
Yeah, well...
You just don't realize how much money that was that he wasted.
Well, I disagree with you. You would still be going to the county commissioners to ask for more money.
Not me.
You'd be asking for $4 or $5 million every freaking.
That's the school board, man.
Every budget year, you'd be asking for more.
That's the school board. And starting next week, we're going to start giving you on a daily basis, exposing all this corruption that's going on here. It's just ridiculous. And I use the word corruption on purpose because that's what it is. You take like the Aberdeen Town Council where they just upped your property tax 2 cents. Now that doesn't sound like much, but that's going to equate in more money at the end of the day. One of the council members said. Oh, here it is. Well, Farrell, he's the mayor, I believe. Yep, Robbie Farrell. Said he graduated the former Aberdeen High School. He says when he graduated there were 1,500 people in town. He said, today that figure is closer to 8,000. Well, guess what? You got 6,500 more people paying taxes and paying into the well. So don't tell me it's a big burden because you got a whole lot more money. And you just got reevaluated on the property taxes. And guess what? None of the valuations went down. They went up. So you got more taxes there. There's not enough. You got to have 2 more cents because you got the police coming at you. We got to build a new police station. And we got to supply them with all the fancy graded stuff to keep you safe.
Well, see, here's the thing. I mean, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and, they had been doing some figuring in the last year or so. And, they're at plus 400 on all their various property taxes, and then you throw in, the property taxes on your car, property taxes on your house, the 5% or whatever, that quarter-cent sales thing, and they were just doing some stuff, and $400, most of the people, certainly Helen Wallen Miller there, she doesn't care about $400.
No.
Most of the people on that school board, $400, we can afford this for $4 more million a year. But, there's plenty of people out here on the north end of the county, they start looking at a couple $100 on their property taxes, and things are tight. It's tight as it is already.
It makes a difference whether they can buy their prescriptions or not.
Well, $200, $300, $400, that's a lot of money to a lot of people in this county. They don't care. They don't care.
I was looking at my Gap insurance, and they sent a list of what they paid on the prescriptions, and out of all of them, they paid on one of them. All the rest, I'm paying the full board price on it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what the frig do I need the insurance for?
Well,
the prescription insurance.
Throw that stuff in, too. But, yeah, and they throw in the school bond and all the rest of it. And this individual just doing some cursory numbers. Hey, that's about $400 for me increase. And it's just not a good situation.
No. There are a lot of people, and Nick was always conscious of this. He says, you up somebody's property tax $100. Big deal. It's just $100. Well, to some people, that's whether they get to stay in their house or not.
Yes,
it's that tight for them. And I think with property tax reeval, that they didn't need to raise their budget. I'd send it back to staff. That's the problem. Staff, every time staff makes a decision, says, we got to have that 2 cents. And the council goes, oh, okay, yes, sir, staff, you run us. We'll raise taxes 2 more cents.
Well, like I've said, and any of the military people out there know, when you get something to do, somebody says, hey, you figure out what's going on here, we have a mission to perform. And you go in and you go back with courses of action. What different approaches, and usually, the standard is 3 courses of action. You just don't go back in there and say, I can do this for $4 million. They'll throw, any commanding officer will throw you out, and your feet won't hit the deck till you hit the front hatch. It's just ridiculous. You go in there and say, look, hey, here's the high end, here's the low end. I can do it. Hey, perfect world is, I get Regiment of Marines and tank battalion, and I crush these guys in 30 seconds. Well, you ain't getting a Regiment of Marines, and you're not getting a tank battalion. They aren't available. They're out doing other things. So, figure it out with a battalion in a company and other support, et cetera, and what's that going to cost, and how do you support it, and those kind of things.
Right.
You just don't walk in there and say, hey, we need $4 million.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole problem
you get kicked
around.
Square in the pants.
Not only in Aberdeen, but in Southern Pines and everywhere else, in Pinehurst and Seven Lakes. It's staff running the show,
right?
And they're making all the calls. And if they're wrong calls, the council still backs them up. And they're not on top of their business. Because I'm telling you, you can do it for 2. You can go back and say, get that 2 cents out of here.
Yeah. Well, hey, county commissioners, I hope you're listening. That's a clue. You need to put the top back on this bottle here.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the type of thing we're going to start exposing next week. All right, it is 7:55. Back to my sound bites. We're not going to begin to get through all these. Okay, let's do something that is a little more fun. We'll come back to some of these next hour. Let me get down to it. Where is it? Here it is. All right, the top. Let's see. There's a new list of the top songs people listen to when they need to calm down and relax. Maybe we need to have this right this moment. All right, here's the number 3 song. You'll know all these, Colonel, but you just tell us what they are.
And you can tell everybody.
You know this.
It's Elton John. I know that.
Elton John, your song. Number 3 on our survey this week. That's number 3 top song for relaxing. Number 2 is...
Though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see.
You know that one.
There will be an answer. Let it be.
Let it be.
Yeah, let it be. There you go.
By
The Beatles.
the Beatles. Yeah. And the number 1 song for relaxing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Satchmo, yeah.
Louis Armstrong.
Yep.
I see them blue.
What a wonderful world.
That's the one right there. There it is.
And I think to
Yeah, it's just
myself,
Mr. Trumpet player himself.
what
There.
a wonderful
He was a performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
Sad we lost him. But anyway. Arnold Schwarzenegger
Arnie.
also has a relaxing song for you. It's true. An Australian singer wrote a rap song for Arnold.
Hey, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. Listen carefully.
Yeah.
Dig deep down and ask yourself.
Good popping up
wanna
music.
Be. Not what but who if you believe success.
And this was the best part of the song.
Work like hell, trust yourself, and all your dreams come true. Break some rules, not the law. Don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah, I think he and William Shatner should have a runoff as to who's the best talker
I don't
to a song.
It can be done. Give always something back. My name is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back.
Yeah, you're not going to play Bernie from the Black Lagoon Sanders and his music.
And let's see, we got time for this. Nick, I don't think I do. I don't have time for that. Let's see, 12 seconds. Got time for this. Miley Cyrus got the Jonas Brothers and asked them if it felt good to take off their purity rings.
Did it feel so good taking off your purity ring? And did it feel so good taking off your purity ring? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they wore purity rings saying they were going to be virgins until they were married.
Okay. Well, all right. You know, that's their business.
That
You
lasted
know.
12 seconds.
Yeah.
That's so all the girls in Darkness go, oh, he's pure. He can be mine. Look at my way. I love you. All right, coming up on, what time is it? 8 o'clock. All your news and sports and weather start right now, 79 degrees.
Tracking a cold front headed this way, it arrives Friday and brings some slightly cooler temperatures and the potential for some rain. Today we have the chance of a couple of spotty showers late in the day. Otherwise, mostly sunny and hot. High temperatures today in the mid to upper 90s. Tonight, partly cloudy. Temperatures get down into the low 70s. A couple of showers will be possible Friday, and it's not quite as hot with high temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Democrat drive for impeachment gaining momentum in the wake of Special Counsel Mueller's statement on the Russia probe.
Presidential hopeful Cory Booker had been holding off on pushing for impeachment, but now says it must start immediately. Fellow candidate Seth Moulton says it should start today. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's not ruling it out.
Nothing is off the table.
But Pelosi's insisting House Democrats continue methodically investigating the president before making any decisions.
We do want to make such a compelling case, such an ironclad case.
That even the GOP-led Senate will agree it's the right move. Sagar Magani, Washington.
And White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says it's clear that Mueller is ready to move on.
He completed his investigation. Now he's closed his office, and it's time for everybody to move on. He's going back to his private life, and we think everybody else should too.
After winning final legislative approval, a heartbeat bill on its way to becoming law in Louisiana.
Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards, who's a Democrat, said he feels strongly about abortion and he is prepared to sign the bill. Louisiana lawmakers are also working to advance another bill that would permit medication-induced abortions only at the state's 3 licensed abortion clinics.
Correspondent Mike Rossier says the heartbeat bill bars abortion after an unborn baby's heartbeat has been detected. Israel's parliament voting to dissolve itself. There will be a new national election in September, and it will be the second national election this year in Israel. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures pointing to a higher open later on. Right now, Dow futures are up about 33.5 points. NASDAQ futures better by 19, and S&P futures currently up almost 7 points ahead of this morning's opening bell on Wall Street. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You'll do it right to get your hands on tools you can count on, and at lower prices. Lowe's does it right too with savings during Craftsman Days. Hurry in and take advantage of great deals like a Craftsman 20-volt Max 4-tool combo kit featuring a drill, impact driver, reciprocating saw, and task light for just $149. And pick up a 17-inch gas string trimmer for only $129. Whatever projects are on your list, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 6/5 U.S. only.
When it comes to your pain, many of you might be skeptical, like I was, about ordering Relief Factor. Pat Boone again for this wonderful 100% drug-free supplement designed to help your own body lower or eliminate occasional aches and pains due to aging, exercise, everyday living. I'm not skeptical any longer. The 3-week quick start is now discounted to only $19.95. Why don't you let us see if we can get you out of pain, too, at ReliefFactor.com.
Cuba legalizing private Wi-Fi networks as well as the importation of gear like routers, eliminating one of the world's tightest restrictions on use of the Internet.
The measure announced by state media provides legal status to thousands of Cubans who created homemade digital networks with smuggled equipment that was illegal but generally tolerated by authorities in recent years. It also appears to allow private businesses to provide Internet to customers. While the new regulation permits citizens to connect to the Internet with their own equipment and share the signal with others, it does not loosen state control of the Internet itself.
That's correspondent Jeremy House. South Korea sending its own rescue workers to Hungary to support rescue efforts following a deadly boat accident in Budapest involving 33 South Koreans. The team includes 25 members from the country's National Fire Agency, Navy, and Coast Guard. They're now on their way to the scene. News and analysis at townhall.com. Officials are considering an acoustic barrier aimed at helping to prevent shark attacks off Cape Cod.
There were 2 shark attacks last summer on Cape Cod, one deadly. So county commissioners in Barnstable, Massachusetts are hearing from a company called Deep Blue, proposing an underwater sound system like an invisible fence that would emit a noise unpleasant to seals. The idea is that if the seals are kept away, the great white sharks that feast on them would also keep their distance. Some animal rights groups are expressing concerns, but county officials seem receptive to having a proactive solution to the shark problem. I'm Jackie Quinn.
A man and a woman are safe after they spent 3 hours clinging to their capsized sailboat in the Atlantic, about 65 miles off Atlantic City, New Jersey. Coast Guard launching a helicopter from Atlantic City and a plane from North Carolina to carry out the rescue. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, this is Rich Wagner from Whispering Pines. I've been suffering with acute back and knee pain for many months, and after trying visits to the doctor, painkillers, and spinal injections with no relief, I went to see Dr. Wright at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. After the first visit, I noticed a lot of improvement, and I've continued to improve with each treatment. Thanks to Dr. Wright, I'm feeling much better than I have in a very long time. I was skeptical about chiropractic treatment at first, but it has truly given me my life back.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix
every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
Last year in Moore County alone, 4 out of 5 people lost power, and some outages lasted up to 8 days. Even worse in surrounding counties. Unfortunately, homeowners hit by a storm think about a whole house standby generator after the damage is done. Let Carolina Power and Generators help you maintain peace of mind, no matter the outdoor conditions, with Generac, the #1 brand in residential generators. Carolina Power and Generators offers 24-hour service and regular maintenance up to a 10-year factory warranty, low interest financing, and free consultations. A whole house standby generator will supply power to your home within seconds after the outage, home or away. Call the team who gives you dependable power and everlasting comfort. Carolina Power and Generators at 910-585-4883 or visit carolinapowerandgenerators.com. 910-585-4883.
I'm here with Aaron Cooper of Cooper Ford in Carthage to talk about service. Aaron, I know that service is a big deal in Cooper country. In fact, certified service after the sale is all part of the Cooper promise.
That's right. At Cooper Ford, we promise to do what we say we're going to do, when and how we say we're going to do it. And speaking of service, May is Military Appreciation Month at Cooper Ford, and I'd like to personally thank all the men and women who have served this great country. It's always an honor to serve those who serve, and as a small token of our appreciation, during the month of May, all active, retired, or veteran military personnel will get 1 free oil change and up to $1,000 off any new or pre-owned vehicle with a valid military ID. With no games, no gimmicks, just upfront, honest pricing, and certified service after the sale. I'm Eric Cooper, and I want to know you by name. Come in today and let Cooper Ford show you how car buying should be.
Just off 15501 in Carthage, just a few short minutes from the traffic circle, or on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Special Counsel Robert Mueller surprised the nation yesterday when he decided to make his first public statements regarding his Russian investigation. CBS News correspondent Nancy Cordes on the next steps for Democrats.
The House Intelligence Committee has recently worked out a deal with the Department of Justice to get its hands on some of that previously redacted material from the Mueller report. So once they are able to get a look at that, that could help determine where Congress goes from here.
North Carolina Senate Republicans have advanced quickly their 2-year budget bill to the chamber floor. The proposal was approved on Wednesday by 3 Senate panels. The largest health system in eastern North Carolina could lose millions of dollars in state funding as a legal battle continues over its board makeup. The UNC Board of Governors is suing Vidant Health and Pitt County after its appointment power to Vidant's board was removed. Now the hospital says a state proposed budget would cut $35 million from its finances. Vidant Health CEO Michael Waldron.
We do not think that these budget cuts are the best things for us, Eastern North Carolina, the Brody School of Medicine, or ECU.
The White House asked the U.S. Navy to keep a warship named for the late Senator John McCain out of President Trump's view during his trip to Japan. The instructions came in an email that surprised military officials.
I'm Cammie McCormick at the Pentagon. Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan, traveling in Asia, said he'd only just learned of the reports and never authorized or approved the movement or any activity regarding the USS John McCain. He's asked his chief of staff to look into the allegations. Sailors on the McCain who wore ball caps with its name claimed they were turned away from the president's event on a neighboring ship. A Navy spokesman says, if true, that was wrong.
The massive American flag flying over Statesville most likely will not be coming down anytime soon. That, according to Statesville officials, they are going to make recommendations on that. You're listening to NCN News.
The Powerade State Games of North Carolina are coming this June to Charlotte. Registration is open for athletes of all ages and skill levels in 24 different sports. The Powerade State Games feature 13,000 athletes and 700 teams. Don't miss out on the largest sports festival of the year. Visit PoweradestateGames.org today. The Powerade State Games are brought to you by BB&T and Harris Teeter. For more information, visit PoweradestateGames.org.
Being a Farm Bureau insurance agent means being local.
It means insuring your child's first car and standing beside you after a storm. It's more than a business to us. It's a friendship. So call an agent who calls North Carolina home. Because when you need us, we're there. In every county, every day. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
A U.S. group says they will be using millions of dollars from a crowdfunding campaign to build a border wall in southwest New Mexico. Local officials say the project does not have the proper permits to construct the wall and issued a cease and desist order on Tuesday. CBS News correspondent David Bigno
The project is being spearheaded by Brian Colfage, a triple amputee veteran. He created the GoFundMe page that has raised more than $23 million.
How much money is being spent on this section here?
It's still ongoing, but it's going to be around $6 to $8 million.
Colfage is as controversial as the wall. In fact, Wednesday, a Miami radio station reported that Florida's Department of Agriculture confirmed that the state is investigating the fund after receiving consumer complaints.
A major cash crop is now in the crosshairs of relentless drought-like conditions in Pender County. Michael Patram's family owns a 500-acre farm in the county, and they only are able to irrigate about half of the acreage. Pender County Extension Director Mark Schweitz tells WWAY News.
Seems like we can't catch a break. It's just bad.
Louisiana's governor says he will sign new legislation that would ban abortions in the state after 6 weeks of pregnancy, even in cases of rape or incest. Meanwhile, in Missouri, the one remaining Planned Parenthood location in the state, located in St. Louis, might be forced to close. CBS News correspondent Jerika Duncan is at the St. Louis clinic, whose license is set to expire tomorrow. A court hearing is scheduled for today.
If this Planned Parenthood here loses its license, Missouri would become the first state in the country where there is no facility for women to have these abortions.
A man died in a house fire in Harnett County. The fire broke out around midnight this morning on NC Highway 27 and Broadway west of Lillington. Mark Anthony Wood died in the fire. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
One more really hot day across the area before a cold front arrives and helps to bring temperatures down a little bit for us. Mostly sunny today. A couple of hit-and-miss showers possible late this afternoon and the evening hours. High temperatures today in the mid to upper 90s. Partly cloudy tonight. Temperatures in the low 70s. And then mostly sunny with a few showers possible on Friday with high temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills, it's partly cloudy, 78 degrees, humidity 60%, dew point 63, pressures 2994, winds southwest of 7, visibility wide open at 10 statute miles. It's 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news. For this Thursday morning, Aberdeen residents saw their property values increase approximately 11% on average as a result of the county's recent tax reevaluation process. Town manager Paul Sebastian said that is a sign of the town's good health, but it's also a mixed blessing. Aberdeen's growing economy means more stores opening in the downtown area, more shops and restaurants in the main commercial district, and new houses being built. On Tuesday, during the special call meeting, the town council or the town board approved the 2-cent tax increase for fiscal year 2019-2020 on a 4-1 split vote, with Commissioner Ken Byrd opposed. Yep, all that prosperity brings higher taxes, even though more people are paying taxes in. The mayor, Robbie Farrell, said no one likes raising taxes. The department heads and his board have all strived to make sure that this budget will work for next year. We want to ensure the money is spent wisely, and we are cognizant of those paying taxes. Police imposed a deadline for members of a homeless encampment behind the Center Park Shopping Center in Aberdeen. They were given 24 hours to tear down their tent and vacate the woods. The town manager, Paul Sebastian, told the campers, said that the campers are barred, were barred Friday at the request of an attorney for Overton Body Shop in Southern Pines, a business that owns the land. If they return, the 6 campers banned from the site could be charged with trespassing. In a statement, the owner of Overton Body Shop said property was littered with garbage, debris of all kinds, and human waste.
The condition represents a potential environmental hazard as well as a health hazard to our employees and customers. Additionally, we have had several instances of unprovoked aggression from individuals trespassing on this property toward our staff. In some cases, even our customers were accosted. And the North Carolina Department of Transportation and the Village of Pinehurst are going to be working together to cut back vegetation along Highway 5 from Monticello Drive to Morganton Road. And that's happening today from 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. During this time, short sections of Highway 5 will be reduced to a single lane with a flagman. You are encouraged to avoid that area or prepare for a long wait. If you got questions, call the DOT at 910-773-8000. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes all your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. It is 8:17.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. A nail-biting finish in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals last night between St. Louis and Boston.
Across the Gunnarsson, the shot, he scores! The Blues win it in overtime and have evened the series!
The call on NBC Sports as Carl Gunnarsson's goal at 3:51 into overtime gave the Blues a 3-2 win over the Bruins, tying the Stanley Cup Final at a game each.
First game, we weren't happy. Today, we came out, flying. I think we played a great game for 60-plus minutes, and that's just the team we are. We come back like that. We never give up. And for me to put it in there and get the winner, it's just a great feeling.
Jordan Binnington stopped 21 shots in the win that evens the series at 1 game all. What's more impressive is it's the first Stanley Cup Finals victory for St. Louis in their franchise history. They had gone 0-13 before that.
It was a hard-fought game, and the boys played a great game and disciplined game and played as a team for 60 minutes, more than 60 minutes, I guess. But I think we deserve that one tonight, and we're happy to go home 1-1.
The series now heads to St. Louis for games 3 and 4, but Bruins coach Bruce Cassidy is not worried about the venue change.
I'm sure it'll help St. Louis, but from our point of view, we'll play wherever they tell us to, and we just got to play better.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals begins tonight in Toronto, the first final ever to be held north of the border. The Raptors' Kawhi Leonard has a title and a Finals MVP to his credit, and he's also drawn the attention from his Warriors opponent, Draymond Green.
Kawhi didn't come into this league as a scorer, yet he's one of the best scorers we have in the league now. And so it just doesn't look the same, but the results are the same.
I'm happy with myself and, what I've done in my career. And I'm just going to keep going from there. It's not about me being famous or want to have more fame than those guys.
This is NCN Sports.
There's no place like home. It has a certain magic of its own. And memories are made there every day. A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Nostalgia is all the rage. What's old is new again. Like Bluebell's classic award-winning fudge bars. Frozen chocolate fudge on a stick that tastes better than ever. In 12 packs for you to try all over again and again and again.
A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Wednesday's French Open winners included Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, and last year's women's runner-up.
Both Nadal and Federer were impressive in their straight sets routs of German opponents, as was last year's women's runner-up American Sloane Stephens, a straight sets winner over Spaniard Sara Sorribes Tormo.
I feel like I'm in a good headspace. I'm playing better. Everything's kind of just falling into place, and that's kind of what you want.
Former champions Stan Wawrinka and Gabina Muguruza have moved swiftly through to the third round, but women's fourth seed Kiki Bertens among the pre-tour tournament favourites, has retired from her match through illness. Matt Brown, Paris.
Duke center Marquise Bolden is remaining in the NBA draft, while Javen DeLaurier will return to the Blue Devils for his senior season. Coach Mike Krzyzewski yesterday said Bolden received some positive feedback as he went through the draft evaluation process. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Hi, Chef Karen here to let you know Friday Night Seafoods is back at Philly and Colts. Enjoy a fried calabash seafood platter for only $19.95. Whitefish, shrimp, oysters and scallops, fries and slaw, or a piping hot bowl of homemade soup and a giant fish sandwich for lunch. Can't come Friday? Join us Saturdays for prime rib. Philly and Colts at Little River Golf and Resort, 692-4411.
Serving more people, more places, 24/7. If your AC breaks down, we'll restore your indoor heaven. Installation or repair, one call, we'll be there. It's your family, don't delay. Comfort's just a call away. We're Comfort Services. Comfort Services.
Come to Comfort Services in Aberdeen to get a free estimate on a new Carrier system or heat pump, and you may qualify for a rebate up to $2,000 from Carrier. Get in on the savings and purchase a qualifying heating or cooling product before the Cool Cash rebate ends June 30th. You may also qualify for financing options as well. Stop into Comfort Services on Highway 5 next to the Habitat store in Aberdeen, or call 910-695-2665. Carrier and Comfort Services, a great team.
Comfort's just a call away. Comfort Services.
If you have a computer with 5 to 7 years of age on it, it's probably in need of a tune-up. Over the years, your computer picks up files and toolbars that you don't need, eventually it reduces your computer performance a great deal. Just bring your PC or Mac to WEEB Computer Repair here at the WEEB Studios on Midland Road. No problem is too big or too small for our Super Geek, and our prices are much lower than the box stores. WEEB Computer Repair, 690-9723, the home of the Super Geek.
This is Pastor Ashley Smith at the Village Chapel. The men's ministry is presenting a special event Saturday, June 8th with basketball head coach Tubby Smith as the guest speaker. Coach Smith's Kentucky team won the national championship in 1998. He has won 616 games with 6 Division I teams and received the John Wooden Coaching Award in 2016. Coach Smith now coaches at High Point University. You will be inspired. Saturday, June 8th at the Village Chapel from 1:30 to 3. The event is free and open to the public.
Great news during the Jeep Celebration event at Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Aberdeen. All new 2019 vehicles are available with easy pricing. Just ask. At Leith Aberdeen, we make it easy for you not only with buying a new vehicle, but when you have to service your vehicle as well. We have quick and easy oil, brake, and tire services. And you can schedule your service online at LeithCDJRAberdeen.com. Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Aberdeen. Easy to get to and easy to deal with.
If you're looking for an amazing car buying experience, then head to Leith Honda Aberdeen today with a huge selection of new 2019 vehicles, great prices, and no games or gimmicks. Leith Honda Aberdeen makes it easy for you. Our service department makes it quick and easy for you as well. We provide 100% customer satisfaction for all of your car needs. We mean it when we say we're easy to get to and easy to deal with. Leith Honda Aberdeen, the name you can trust.
Are you tired of trying to get a handle on your water chemistry? Is your pool green every time you turn around? Is your spa water cloudy or foamy? Well, Southern Tropics Pools and Spas can help. We offer free water testing and have the experience and knowledge to keep your water sparkling clear all year long. We sell the highest quality chemicals, formulated without fillers or binders. No gimmicks, no Band-Aids, just results. We're across US 1 from the new Ford dealership, right between Gulf Augusta and the Smoke Inn. Southern Tropics Pools and Spas.
Without proper soil pH, plants can't get the full amount of nutrients they need. An improperly tuned carburetor runs inefficiently as well. Your body works the same way, and some of the medications we use actually deplete certain vitamins and minerals. That's a fact. Health Innovations Pharmacy offers a line of multivitamins designed specifically to address those depletion efficiency issues, like magnesium deficiency for diabetics, Replenish multivitamins come in 6 different formulations for those on hormone replacement therapy, high blood pressure and cholesterol reducers, diabetics, hypoglycemic, and acid-blocking meds. These are complete multivitamins, thereby reducing your vitamin budget. See Tim or one of his pharmacists at Health Innovations Pharmacy about the benefits of Replenish multivitamins and how they can help get your system back in balance. Health Innovations Pharmacy on Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines. Locally owned and serving Moore County since 2001.
Being overweight is the number one health problem in America today. It leads to so many avoidable health issues. If you have a weight problem and finally want to do something about it, then do what I did and participate in the Transforming You Weight Loss Program, offered by Dr. Sharon Wright at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. It's a customized, physician-assisted program based on your body type and your goals. A healthier, more vibrant, spirited, and slimmer you emerges. Now, I lost 25 pounds in the first month and 50 pounds to date. That keeps me motivated. Now, the program is easy to follow. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and if I can do it, you can do it. Give Dr. Wright a call and set up your no-charge consultation about the Transforming You Weight Loss Program at 910-673-2225. That's White Chiropractic at 673-2225.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I believe I've found the perfect book for a few of you out there. In fact, the name of it is Perfect Phrases in Spanish for Gardening and Landscaping. I previewed it on Amazon. And in case you're wondering, it's not a book to help you talk to your gardener as you work side by side together. It's a book to allow you to give instructions to your gardener who, the author assumes, will not be able to speak English. The title page tells us the book has over 500 essential words and phrases for talking to the folks who work in your garden or do your landscaping. I just have to assume there'll be phrases like, faster with that mower, my good man. That was just a guess. I don't need that book. I usually just have my butler speak to our servants, even if they do speak English. I can't deal with them. Different chapters are listed in the preview. For example, included in one chapter are topics like showing appreciation for good work. I don't know. When my boss wanted to show appreciation for my good work, he used to say, here's your paycheck, Johnny. If he had just handed me a check without speaking that phrase, it would have been okay. Don't you think it's good they have books like this? They need more of a variety, I think. Maybe one titled, Perfect Phrases in English to Effectively Communicate with the People Who Elected You. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe then we'd be able to understand why they do some of the things they do. Things that don't seem to make much sense to me sometimes in the Zumwalt Zone.
Tracking a cold front headed this way, it arrives Friday and brings some slightly cooler temperatures and the potential for some rain. Today we have the chance of a couple of spotty showers late in the day. Otherwise, mostly sunny and hot. High temperatures today in the mid to upper 90s. Tonight, partly cloudy. Temperatures get down into the low 70s. A couple of showers will be possible Friday, and it's not quite as hot with high temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today's program is sponsored by Throwback Thursday. Like, dude, like the 80s were totally radical and bitchin' and tubular and stuff? No, seriously, dude, far out and gnarly. Dude.
Well, let's see. It's Thursday, right?
You are correct.
Another day, another dollar. Another day, another dollar. Another day, another dollar.
Do we get paid for this?
Paid? You don't get paid. Oh, yes, I do.
Do you get paid? Yes.
Paid.
Paid.
It laughs.
Oh, well, in that case.
Show me the money.
Let's get ready. The show's about to start.
Buckle up. It's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Hey, welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with Retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, morning, Moore County. Feeling a little tired this morning. We'll roll over, pull those covers up back over your head. Nah, get out of that rack. Get out on the street. Generate some heat. Let's do some pull-ups. Let's do some push-ups. Got to get to work.
All right, you got your standing orders. Don't forget, of course, this program being heard and seen around the world on the live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link. On your mobile device, you get there by using your YouTube app and put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. If you're on your mobile device, just need audio, we suggest many streaming apps that do it for you, like TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer, just to name a few. Put WEEB in the search, and as always, if you go to our website at talk973.com, you can get to that stream in the upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages by clicking that little icon that says On the Air, Listen Live. Click it once and you're listening that quick. It's going to be another hot one today before we finally see some relief in these temperatures. Sunny today, high of 98 to 100. And tonight, clear, a low of 72. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Scattered thunderstorms, 50-50 shot of those late in the day. Look for a high of 91. 68 with those thunderstorms Friday night. Saturday, all the precipitation's gone for a day anyway. Mostly sunny with a high of 88. Saturday night, clear and 69. Sunday, partly cloudy, maybe a scattered thunderstorm. Small chance of it. High of 88. And then on Monday, sunny 86. Tuesday, 85. Wednesday, 87. And then we get down into the lower 80s latter part of next week. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are southwest of 7, visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure is 2994, dew point 63, which is tolerable. Humidity to 60% is partly cloudy, 78 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:31 past the hour. We got in the studio with us this morning Chef Karen Littlefield with Philly and Colt, which is out there on at the Little River Country Club. And it, of course, Little River's in bankruptcy. So, but that doesn't have any effect on the restaurant. That's the main thing she wants to get across. It was a pilot. Of course, they send stupid people out to do articles and screw it all up. So, what's new there? But anyway, it was sold at the courthouse steps. The bank bought it back in, and now they're negotiating with several potential buyers now that all the liens have been wiped out by the foreclosure process. But, Chef, am I getting all this right?
Good morning. Yes, Steve, you are, and we are open. We're doing business. We have golfers out in the condos and booking weddings, booking events upstairs in our beautiful banquet facility. We're running some summer specials. We're going to start our Tuesday night pizza night again with half-price wine. We're looking forward to a great Father's Day, and it's going to be a good summer.
Now, let me just to let you know how good a Chef Karen is. We were out there for a banquet type meeting, and fried chicken was on the menu. Now, usually when I get fried chicken, I'll peel the skin off because it's supposedly the bad part. And I did. And then I was sitting there with the plate, and I was, just kind of gnawing at the little things on it, and I cut a little piece of skin off and ate it. And I went, holy cow, that's good.
Well, we appreciate that. That's awesome. And, another one of our specialties is our pizza. I make my own pizza dough. It's a fermented dough. It's a little bit unique. It's definitely a northern style pizza. We're going to start a Tuesday night pizza night, and on Tuesdays is also our half price house wine. So it's a great night to come out. If the wind's blowing, you can sit out on the patio. Otherwise, it's a little stifling out there. But plenty of room inside. Call in. We'll box it up, and you can take it home if that's what you prefer to do. But we'd love to see you.
Yeah, Steve doesn't let the weather cooperate for your outside for the most part. But when it is nice, it's a great place to sit outside.
So don't let the golf course affect your thoughts about the restaurant. The restaurant is vibrant, going on, and still in business, and you can go out and have a nice dinner.
Yeah, don't let the pilot put you off.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you've been there a pretty good while. I mean,
we're into our third year. Yes, sir.
You were up here at
We were at Longleaf for 3, and then we flipped over to Little River, and love it out there. Love that great big banquet space upstairs, and our prices are good. Our food is awesome, and again, the facility is just very accommodating for whatever kind of group you want to bring out there, and would love to have you.
What nights are you open?
We are open Tuesday through Saturday, and then Sunday we do our brunch from 11 to 2. Brunch has been going great. We have a carving station. We do made-to-order omelets. We do waffles. We bring in a lot of the fresh fruits we go out to the farms and pick up fresh fruits and veggies. Homemade desserts, and we were now including a beverage with the price of the buffet. You can get your coffee or tea or soda. We're even including a Sunday mimosa or a Bloody Mary with the $16.95 price, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, those omelets are great. I've had those quite a few times. And if you've never been to any of their special events like Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, or whatever, and make a reservation and go. If you got a large group coming in, you don't want to cook and take half a dozen people or a dozen people out, that's the place to go.
Yeah, and you won't find a better meal anywhere. So,
and even graduation parties. Why, if you're going to have a graduation party, do it out there. We got the room. We'll do the food for you. Then it's no stress. Don't have to clean your house. Don't have to cook. Come on out and enjoy the party.
You got any specials during the week?
We do. Friday night, we still do our calabash seafood platters. Saturday, we do prime rib.
No, back up and describe the seafood platter.
Seafood's awesome. It's $19.95. We do it calabash style. We have a big piece of whitefish on there. We put shrimp. We put scallops. We put oysters. It's served with French fries and slaw for $19.95. It's awesome.
That's a good deal.
Yes, sir.
Grits and shrimp. You've had grits.
Shrimp and grits will run for special every once in a while. You'll see that on our Sunday brunch. Sunday brunch entrees change up, pretty much every week. We always have the staples, but we like to change things up a little bit. And we've been getting some really nice crowds up there. A lot of regulars, but a lot of newbies coming in, and we're grateful for the business.
So it's located right there at the Little River Clubhouse. So it's about 5 miles from the circle?
But not even 5, I don't think. But in between Carthage and the traffic circle, and we're easy to find. Lots of parking, no steps, elevator service. It's all good.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing. The drive on 15501 North out of the circle is a nice drive.
It is,
as opposed to going south on 15501 into Auburn garbage. So it's a nice ride. It's convenient. It's nice and relaxing out there too.
All right, so plan on the night there at the Billy and Colts out there at Little River. You take reservations, or do you even need them?
You really don't need a reservation. If you have a bigger party, we'd like you to make a reservation so we're ready for you. You can do that on our through our website. We have a little button on there that says reservations. It'll take you right to the program we use for reservations, or give us a call and we'll be glad to do that for you.
Your website?
PhillyandColts.com.
And Philly with an F.
Philly with an F. Right. There you go, like the horses.
Anything else we need to know, Chef? Do I have an ask?
I think we're great. I appreciate the time, Steve. Have a great day.
All right, thanks. And she has some pizza dough to get ready.
There you go.
We'll see you out there. It's good food.
All right, thanks a lot. All right, it is 8:38 past the hour. Let's move on to morning rim shots this morning and see if we can get a smile put on somebody's face out there. We'll give it a whirl anyway.
I'm smiling already.
The Colonel gives me pretty good feedback. Then we're going to work on the Colonel a little bit.
No.
And see how well he does at some quizzes.
Okay.
Just because it's fun. All right, Harvey Weinstein has agreed to pay $44 million to his alleged victims. This will hit him right in the wallet. From now on, he'll only be able to take advantage of women from the first floor of a Motel 6. Alex Trebek, bless his heart, says his cancer is nearing remission. Now, if someone would beat that annoying Holzhauser punk, he could really get on with his life, I think.
Well, good for him. That's good for him.
Yeah, because pancreatic cancer got a very low survival rate. But we're all pulling for you, Alec. CeeLo Green turns 44 today. Friends cruelly put the birthday cake just out of reach of his arms, so right next to him. But Lorne Michaels is denying the claim by Chris Kattan that he forced the former SNL star to have sex with the director to get a Night at the Roxbury made. Michaels pointed out that it's impossible for anyone would want to have sex with Chris Kattan. Got an argument there. Lori Laughlin's daughter, Olivia Jade, has broken up with her boyfriend. Apparently, he couldn't afford the payments anymore. Ashton Kutcher testified yesterday in a murder trial, and surprisingly, the trial wasn't about how he killed his movie career.
In a murder trial?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I'll have to go look that up.
Miley Cyrus says she enjoys body pat-downs. You called, responded Joe Biden.
Oh, did you see him with that
little girl?
Yeah. What a creep.
Hands all over and puts her into the press pool. And
what an absolute creep.
Talk about separating children from their mother.
Jesus. He's awful.
Boy, imagine if a Republican had done that. But he's a Democrat, so you can get away with those things. You know, it doesn't count if you're a Democrat.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber was pulled over for driving without a front license plate. Bieber said, "Don't you know who I am?" And the cop responded, "That's why I'm giving you a ticket." Kim Kardashian has trademarked her newborn son's name, but the money she makes from it will go to a noble cause, his therapy. Robert Mueller,
whatever,
made his first public statement in years yesterday. He said, "What the hell was up with the Game of Thrones finale?" He announced that his office was closed and he was stepping down as special counsel, which means there will be a sweet buy one, get one closeout sale on interrogation and subpoenas. A 97-year-old woman who never got to go on her own prom was named honorary prom queen at her local high school. She said she was grateful for the honor and exhausted from sleeping with all the judges. Prince Harry was spotted on a commercial British Airways flight. He was instructed to put his crown on first before helping others with theirs. Little Caesars is testing a chorizo quesadilla pizza.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen it.
It's part of Little Caesars' plan to give the customers diarrhea that's way more explosive.
Yeah, there you go.
Uber's going to start banning riders who have low ratings, so make sure you apologize the next time you throw up in the back seat. That would be my luck. If I ever flip to be a Uber driver,
right.
First person would be throwing up in the seat.
Exactly.
20,000 pounds of trash were left on Virginia Beach after a Memorial Day celebration. There was so much plastic it looked like Cher exploded. The best one, huh?
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, that's your rim shots for today. All right, Colonel. Let's
here we go.
Let's do things we need to know so we don't sound stupid today. Netflix warns it might pull out of Georgia over abortion laws, according to the New York Times. NBC News streaming service debuts with ad blocks similar to TV. That means a whole lot of commercials.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. You pay for a streaming service, I don't expect to see commercials.
No.
If they got commercials in them, I'm not signing up. Because I looked at like the History Channel, you know, it's full of 1,000 commercials. Said, just take this one off. Sharon Osbourne says her surgery is booked and she's planning to get a new face over the summer. Harrison Ford says Indiana Jones should die with him, and he's not wild about rebooting the movie franchise. There's been talk about doing just that with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, too late. I mean, they've already done several. Young Indiana Jones, get over yourself. Go fly an airplane. Jeez.
Ariana Grande postponed 2 shows scheduled for Florida this week and bumped them to November due to illness. Let me correct that. Due to, it's too damn hot in Florida right now.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. I bet you these little prima donnas up on stage have big old air conditioners.
Oh, yeah.
When, what's his name?
They do.
Who was the NBC reporter that now I'll draw a blank? Brian Williams.
Oh.
When he was doing the evening report before he lied to the world about being shot at, he did the evening news from Raleigh one time, and it was on a day like today, hot, and it was humid too. And they had two huge air conditioners with big old vents in front of him because he was standing there in coat and tie with Fable Street behind him. And, of course, he never broke a sweat.
No.
I said, because I wondered how he stayed so fresh, knowing how hot it was where he was standing.
Yeah, well,
and that's how they did it.
Should have figured out a way to pull the plug for him. Yeah, that would have been good.
Pizza Hut is planning to change its recipe on its original pan pizza for the first time in 40 years. The Sports Illustrated brand has been sold for $110 million. Wow. People pay $110 million for something nobody reads.
Sports Illustrated. Yeah, I thought they were getting ready to fold, and somebody bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you know.
Among the people on, I guess they just wanted to go to the
well, who bought it? Did it
swimsuit shoots.
Does it say who bought it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, okay.
Among the people on Everest these days, because it's been good weather on Everest that they got a huge line backed up to summit.
I read about that. 200 people waiting to go get their minute at the summit or whatever. Stepping over dead bodies because people are collapsing and several die while they're standing in the line, apparently.
Yeah, if you fall over there's no way to get you down. They just shove you to the side, and that's where you spend eternity. Among the people on Everest these days, actress Mandy Moore is there waiting for her turn to visit the summit. Today's a possible question. 45% of women do this on their drive to work. What is it? 45%.
Do their makeup and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, I've counted that. I know. I've seen that.
And text all their friends.
Yeah, well,
do everything but drive the damn car.
This is years ago. I was at a red light. There's some lady next to. She's doing her thing in the mirror, and she finally looks and she kind of looks over at me, and I gave her the okay sign. She just laughed and drove off.
Or you should have put your finger on your lip like you missed the spot. 50% of Americans have ditched their friends and made up a lie so that they can do this.
Go out with someone else.
Well, that's one possible answer. In this case, it was stay home and watch TV.
Oh, USA. Yeah, all right.
Otherwise, they just wanted...
I'm thinking girlfriend. Okay, I got it.
They just wanted me time.
Yeah. I don't know.
People in their 50s are more likely to sleep like this in bed than people in their 20s.
Naked.
That's right. I don't sleep naked.
I don't want to know. No one else does either.
A recent study published by Child Development found that how a young person handles friendship affects their adult behavior. One British scientist says that your brain doesn't work as well at 40,000 feet as it does on the ground. Well, yeah, it's pressurized.
Yeah, what? They paid somebody for that?
Of course
Get
they
out of
did.
here.
Some college professor got a big grant just to tell you all this.
Jesus.
If you took away the National Institute of Science and all their grants, well, all their ridiculous grants, if they got a cure for cancer, that's one thing.
Yes, exactly. Think of all the legitimate things you could spend that money on. Hey, I want to go over 40,000 feet and see how that affects my brain.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to go to 40,000 feet to find out how your brain is affected because it's affected right now down here at sea level.
Well, this way the professor can say, okay, we're going up to 40,000 feet, and when we land, we'll be in Hawaii. Just a bad side effect of what I have of my research.
Yeah, go ask some Air Force. I tell you what, you know what you could do? You could go find an old bomber crewman from World War II, B-24 man, like my uncle. You know, they would fly at 20+ thousand feet. Ask him what happens when you get up there and you got no oxygen. Jesus.
In 1982, 20% of the men said they don't like their bodies, and nowadays more than 50% of the men say they don't care for them either. A recent study claims that 1 in 3 men have plucked their eyebrows while getting ready.
Yeah, all right.
I pull out the buzz razor. That one.
Okay, so
make sure I don't have a unibrow.
Yeah, all right. Something else. Don't need to know about
TMI,
you sleeping naked and unibrows and okay.
Well, I don't have a unibrow, but now and then you get one hair that you don't see, and it grows 14 feet long, and then you finally see it and you go, God, I can't believe I didn't see that. Of course, everybody you run into sees it, but.
Well, I'm sure Nick the dog was trying to tell you that it's sticking there, but you didn't listen to him.
For a woman between the ages of 20 and 25, their phone goes off an average of 62 times a day.
What? 62?
Yeah. That many texts and tweet notifications and everything else they got.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I guess probably, yes, probably. Yeah.
On average, men shake hands 6 times a week. That's more than twice as often as women.
6 times a week?
That's what it says.
Okay. It depends what kind of business you're in, I guess.
All righty. Let's see. Did I clean up all the sound bites from last hour we didn't get to? Let's see. Stupid news. There we go. I think I did. Yeah. Yeah, nothing. Oh, this one. There's a, quote, amusing video of a city council meeting in Temple last Thursday. An aide walks behind the council member and coughs. And it sounds like she says, a-hole. Like in high school when you pretended to cough but were actually cursing. The guy definitely notices. The aide says she was just sick, but some people say it was intentional because the guy took a chairmanship spot from the council member she works for. Here's the audio. You be the judge.
Okay, we move on to our workshop agenda to ceremonial activities for presentation of commendation for Officer of the Month. Councilman Citra.
Now, what do you think?
I heard it. But I'm listening for it. I mean, I want, things you'd like to do.
Okay. Well, the Colonel heard
it. Well, you put it in my head, so there it is. If you'd have run it and asked me, I might not have heard it, but I was listening for it.
All right. Well, let's see how smart the Colonel is, shall we? We haven't done this before with you.
A new one. Okay.
This is Thursday's trivia. Some of these are hard. Some of them are easy.
Thursday's trivia.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this like Jeopardy?
No, there's no multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
These are all, you either know it or you don't.
Oh, all right. Well.
So let's see how well you do on trivia. When Matt was here and he was getting in a know-it-all mode, I pulled these out and see how big a know-it-all he was. But these are trivia for you. All right, this one's a little difficult. Stephen Hawking, Bill Clinton, Kate Beckinsale, Theresa May all attended the same university. Do you know what it was?
Yeah, they were Oxford Rhodes Scholars.
Ding. What did Paul and Linda McCartney name their only son?
Paul and Linda McCartney? Fido. I don't know.
No.
Don't care either.
James. Let's see. What was Al Capone's jailed for the very first time?
The first time? Oh, man. It was some trivial thing. I can't remember.
Carrying a gun.
Yeah, okay.
What country gave us the croissant?
France.
No, everybody says France, but it's Austria.
Austria, okay.
Saudi Arabia actually imports these from Australia.
Filipino workmen.
Ding!
Kangaroos. Or camels.
Camels, that's right.
Camels, yeah.
Yep. What was the name of Oliver North's secretary during the Iron Gate scandal?
Oh, Jesus. I can see her standing there, and I can't.
She was a hot one. Didn't she do a spread in Playboy? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll know it as soon as you say it, but I can't think of it. It's
Fawn Hall.
Yeah, Hall. Yeah.
Doctor, you were in the military then?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You probably requested for her transfer, didn't you?
Well, no, he was scheduled to come speak to us at our amphibious warfare school class, and then all this happened, so he had to cancel.
Yeah, it'd be good to see where she is today. Dr. Benjamin Spock published an influential book in 1946. What was the topic?
Oh, Spock in the it was child rearing.
That's right,
yeah.
baby child care.
Yeah.
Charles Blondin, the French tightrope walker, made repeated crossings above what from 1959?
Niagara Falls.
That's right. One state is simultaneously the most northern, western, and eastern state in the U.S. Which one?
The most northern,
most northern, western, and eastern state in the U.S.
Alaska.
That's it. Where was John F. Kennedy assassinated on November 22nd, 1963?
You want the street address or Dallas, Texas?
Dallas, Texas. What was the street address?
He was at the park.
Which member of the Beatles was shot and killed by a fan in 1980?
Oh, John Lennon.
When Star Wars first hit the movie theaters, France was still using blank for executions.
Oh, the guillotine. Yes, they were. Yep.
Who was famous for saying, "Read my lips, no new taxes"?
Oh, Bush, the first Bush.
Who was the last U.S. president? This one will be a good one for you. Who was the last U.S. president to sport facial hair?
It wasn't Lincoln. It was one after Lincoln. Was it Lincoln?
No.
No.
The one after Lincoln.
He had facial hair? Johnson?
Howard Taft.
Taft, all right. Okay.
Wow, time flies. We were just getting started. So it goes for this Thursday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9, for a TSIF Thanksgiving Friday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses this year on our airwaves, because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fallen and have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at the Hot Steamy Dog Park.